Frustration with Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is growing as backlash from Democratic voters is also growing. And now a Maryland congressman is the first sitting Democratic lawmaker to call for the longtime New York senator to step down from leadership. For his part, Schumer says he's not going anywhere, insisting that he's more than capable of leading the charge against President Trump's agenda. NewsNation's Joe Khalil is live on Capitol Hill. And Joe, this is all happening as Americans' views on the Democratic Party are at record lows.
Yeah, I mean, it's a real struggle for Democrats right now as they continue to search for a message and a way to push back against the Trump administration, frustrations with lawmakers and among their Democratic voter base. And really what we're seeing now is a tale of sort of two types of town halls on Republican and Democratic sides. And we got all of that in the last 24 hours. I want to show you on the Republican side first. Yet again, we've got one member, Congressman Mike Flood, this time from Nebraska, from a very conservative district, one that President Trump won by a 3-to-1 margin. And Congressman Flood went to a town hall event where he got pestered with questions and frustrations about DOGE. People in his district concerned that they may end up having to lose their Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security after Elon Musk made comments on another network saying that those entitlements have to be under DOGE's microscope. And Republican leaders, they have actually said to their members not to do town hall events anymore. So interesting that Congressman Flood decided to do that anyway. We also know that Democrats are trying in some cases to fill the void where Republicans, if they're not doing town halls in their own districts, Democrats, including the DNC, the Democratic National Committee, now says that they are going to put up a campaign of billboards highlighting Republicans who are no longer doing events in person. Democrats think they can sort of step in there to those areas and talk to those voters and maybe flip some seats that are in swing districts. Now, again, on the other side of the aisle, as we started with Democrats, it is not exactly a rosy picture for them either. In fact, you've got a town hall event for Congressman Glenn Ivey, Democrat from Maryland, that really you had people going aggressively at him, saying that he and other Democrats need to be more aggressive when it comes to pushing back on the Trump administration. A lot of frustration with Chuck Schumer, the Senate leader here, because it was Schumer who really opened the door last week for Democrats to provide the votes to this Republican bill that allows the government to avoid a shutdown. You had a lot of Democrats saying, shut it down. Schumer obviously did not do that, and he ended up getting serious flack for it. Congressman Glenn Ivey, during this town hall, actually made a pretty remarkable statement, and we have a statement from him. It says, quote, "I respect Chuck Schumer. I think he had a great, long-standing career. He did a lot of great things, but I am afraid it may be time for Senate Democrats to get a new leader." That is from an elected House member on the Democratic side, Glenn Ivey, who usually is not one for being overly animated or making waves. He is saying that Senate Democrats need to replace Chuck Schumer potentially with someone else. He is not the only elected Democrat to say that, and certainly we're seeing that from base voters on the Democratic side, too. So they are struggling, again, to try to find a message, to try to find leadership that Democratic voters feel is sufficient to push back on this new Trump administration.
All right, so Joe, Senator Schumer is also currently on a book tour, but we know he's canceled at least one appearance. What is he saying?
Yeah, he's canceling appearances with regular folks, presumably because he is going to be facing the same backlash that we just saw at Glenn Ivey's town hall. What Schumer is continuing to do, however, are his media events. So he did The View yesterday. He's been doing cable news interviews, and he basically said he's not going anywhere, that he is ready to fight, but that you have to fight in a smart way. And he feels like shutting the government down would have been incredibly unwise, would have caused even more hurt than whatever comes out of this stopgap spending bill that Republicans moved forward. So he has been pretty defiant in the face of calls for him to step aside, saying that's not going to happen, but trying as much as he can to assure Democratic voters that they are going to be pushing back in whatever way they can.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.